Are you thinking about buying a new construction home in Louisville, Kentucky or Southern Indiana? Before you walk in that model home and fall in love, there are a few things you need to know about builder quality, pricing, and what's actually included, because it's not always what it seems. My name is Chris Licktown. I'm a local real estate agent serving Louisville, Kentucky and Southern Indiana. I work with both buyers and sellers, and I help a lot of people relocate to the area, explore new construction, and navigate the process and make confident decisions. I have a background in construction remodeling, which gives me a different perspective when walking through new construction homes. I'm not just looking at how it looks, I'm paying attention to how it was built. Let's start with why new construction is so popular, and it's not just that new home smell. Over the past few years, inventory has been low, and a lot of buyers have turned to new construction because everything is brand new, more customizable, and builders are often offering incentives like closing costs or assistance or rate buydowns. But here's where you need to slow down a little. Not all builders are the same. This is one of the biggest things I see that buyers overlook. You've got production builders, semi-custom builders, and fully custom builders, and the quality can vary a huge amount between them. Two homes can look almost identical online or even in person, but once you start paying attention to the small details, you're going to notice differences in craftsmanship, materials, and overall build quality. Things like trim work, cabinetry, flooring, and even how the home is laid out can tell you a lot about the builder, but it goes beyond that. I've walked through finished, brand new construction homes and seen windows that aren't square, doors that don't shut properly, and other details that were clearly overlooked. Another big factor is the builder's reputation, how they communicate, how they handle issues, and what their past clients say. Now, let's talk about pricing, because that's where a lot of people get surprised. When you see a price online or a sign, it's usually the base price. And that model home you're walking through, that's almost always loaded with upgrades. So while the base price might look different, then it might look really attractive, once you start adding things like upgraded cabinets, countertops, flooring, lighting, and even the lot itself, that price can definitely increase. I've seen situations where a home starts in the mid 300s, as the sign says, and ends up well into the 400s by the time everything's finalized. That doesn't mean it's not worth it, it just means you need to understand what you're actually getting. And that leads me into hidden costs. There are quite a few things that aren't always understood and aren't always included that buyers don't realize at first. So things like premiums, upgraded packages, appliances, blinds, landscaping, and sometimes even basic features you wouldn't expect to be standard, you don't get. And if you don't use the preferred builder's lender, you might miss out on certain incentives, so that's something to weigh as well. Let's talk briefly about the process. Buying new construction is a little different than buying an existing home. You typically go under contract, go through a selection process where you choose finishes and upgrades, and then the home gets built, followed by walkthroughs, then closings. Timelines can vary, and delays do happen, so it's important to have some flexibility, but oftentimes you can find a brand new construction home already built, ready to go. All right, a little bit about warranties, which is something a lot of buyers don't fully understand. Most builders offer a warranty on a new construction home, and here in Indiana, most of them use what's called a 210 home warranty. This typically covers things in stages. You often see a 1-year workmanship warranty covering cosmetic issues on minor defects, 2 years on systems covering like your plumbing, electrical, HVAC, and a 10-year structural warranty covering major structural components of the home. Now, while that sounds great and it's a big benefit of buying, it's still important to understand what's covered and what's not and the quality of the build. Not everything falls under warranty, and sometimes, most things, all homes require maintenance on specific conditions to be covered. So while it's always a good idea to review those details up front and know what you're getting into. One question I get all the time is, do you need a realtor when buying new construction? And the answer, I believe, is yes. You can absolutely have your own agent that represents you, whether you're working directly with the builder, and in most cases the builder pays for it anyway. But having someone on your side can help you understand pricing, compare builders, and make sure you're making a solid decision. And again, with my background in construction remodeling, I think that is an advantage. So, is new construction worth it? For a lot of people, yes. You get a brand new home, lower maintenance, and the ability to customize it to your style. But it also comes with a little bit higher cost, maybe longer timelines, and more decisions along the way. Here in the Louisville and Southern Indiana area, we're seeing a lot of construction communities popping up, especially in places like Floyds Knobs, Jeffersonville, Charleston, so there are definitely options out there. So if you're thinking about buying or building new construction in the Louisville area, feel free to reach out. I'm always happy to help walk you through the process and make sure you're going into it with the right expectations. So if you're curious to see what these new homes look like in the Louisville, Kentucky area, every week I'm posting a new home tour video right here on this channel. So if you would, like and subscribe so that you don't miss them.